The former royal known as Meghan Markle apparently has quit. Has she? Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the heart of London. Nice to see you today. Go on, give us a big wave, yes. Let's all get into the mood today. Cheer ourselves up. This particular story, though, is once again raging on, as they do, let me tell you. This all basically centres on a forthcoming book by the celebrated author Tom Bower, and lots of stories now leaking out from that book in order to whet your appetite so that you'll buy the book. It's interesting, isn't it, because we've got Prince Harry's book looming later this year, and of course people are offering to read it online for free so that you don't have to. Don't worry, I think if you're in the dollar and pound shops it will hit there soon, and I don't mean that cruelly, but books are very difficult to shift. Right now, let me tell you, the biggest selling books are nothing scandalous or anything, they're fiction, particularly murder, crime and sort of turn of the century novels. People just want escapism. I think we're all fed up with scandals, we see it every day, don't we? But back as ever to the breaking royal story, because this story really centres on the actress Meghan Markle and basically how badly she was treated while she lived over here in the United Kingdom. We saw all of that, didn't we, in the Oprah Winfrey interview, how hard done by she was, the negative press, all of that sort of stuff. Well, of course, we saw lots of positive press, but let's not bother about that. Too difficult, isn't it? Obviously. But now this particular headline is that Meghan has decided to turn her back on the United Kingdom, and more importantly, she's never going to return. So we did a bit of digging, and here's what we found out. According to a very good source, very close to Miss Markle, this story is simply not true, because obviously she has family connections now over here in the United Kingdom. But putting that aside, considering she didn't seem to be that close to the family that she walked away from with Megxit, and more importantly not that close to her own family who she hasn't seen for years now, I don't really buy that particular topic. What I do think is important about this story is this. Meghan and Harry know themselves they simply cannot turn their backs on the United Kingdom because it's lucrative as a brand, as a company, as a couple. They need to return here because they get worldwide headlines, where they're staying, what they're doing, who they're meeting. We saw that recently, of course, with Prince Harry when he teamed up with his cousin Princess Eugenie over at a Super Bowl game. So interesting to note that, as I say, these stories keep bouncing up, but according to that very good source, Meghan Markle will be returning to the UK. We do believe at some point this year, and more importantly, is she concerned about the welcome she'll receive? Well, not necessarily, because after all, Harry could be in charge of security, and I'm sure that'll be fine. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.